This past weekend, I took my trail bike to the bike park. And the reason why I did that, it's because it's my only bike. Brought the trail bike out here today, the Fluid FS A2. Before we get started, let me just share this. I did overfork the bike, so this is a Fox 36 160 as opposed to the Bomber Z2 140 that I come stock with. I did overstroke the shock as well, so rather than 130, I think I have about 143, and as you can tell by the O-ring, I am using all my travel. I think I'm gonna do as much riding as I can do first and really soak in the fun, as well as pay attention to how it rides. And I am getting to know the bike and how it handles. It's a trail bike with enduro geometry. I bought it so that I could be able to ride my local trails, which aren't as demanding as a bike park, but also because it has that enduro geometry that should be able to, handle itself rather well in more demanding terrain, such as a bike park. Not all bike parks are created equal. There are some that are just a little bit gnarlier. Oh, my God. I took it to Snow Summit Bike Park, which is the one that's nearer to my house. Let me start off with a few things, right, that are different when you ride a bike park versus when you ride your local trails. One of them is speed. You're going to be going downhill rather fast and for longer periods of time. I've always been mindful of geometry, specifically wheelbase. I like a 1230 to 1240 wheelbase. 1240 is kind of like my preference because it keeps the bike stable and it keeps it from getting nervous and twitchy once the speed starts to pick up. And so this bike did rather well. At no point in time did I feel like I needed to slow down because the bike was just getting nervous. The other thing is a lot of braking, more so than a lot of pedaling. Very minimal pedaling, a lot of braking to modulate your speed. Got booked. I was nervous about the brakes on this bike. Nervous isn't the right word. I was pessimistic, I guess, and doubtful that these brakes, the TRP slates, which come stock, that they were going to handle well in conditions such as Snow Summit Bike Park. But they actually did okay. And I say okay because I could feel a difference in terms of braking power compared to the Code RSCs, which is what I'm somewhat used to riding. One change that I did make though is that I swapped out the TRP stock brake pads for a recommendation that someone left in one of my other videos, which are the MTX brake pads. A little bit underpowered, but I didn't get that brake fade that I was getting with the stock TRP brake pads here in my local trails. So I knew that they weren't gonna necessarily be good at the bike park. So I'm glad that I swapped out those brake pads. So if you own a bike like this, or if you have TRP brakes, the slates that I'm running, highly recommend the MTX brakes. In terms of travel, again, 160 in the front, 140-ish in the back. I think that was perfect for this type of bike park. All right, we're gonna do Miracle Mile. The only thing is a jump here at the start. So let's see how she does. Oh, this way. Hopefully I have the speed to clear that step up. Yeah, I did. Okay. That one used to scare me a lot before. I didn't ride a whole lot of tech this time around, but through those braking bumps at the speeds that you're going down, if you don't have enough suspension, or high performing suspension, I'm gonna say, your hands are gonna take all those hits, and then it's gonna travel through your arms to your shoulders, and you're just gonna wear out faster, and that day at the park is just gonna be a little bit shorter. Overall, the bike did well. In the past, in this particular same bike park, I brought over a number of different bikes, and by far the Capra is the one that performed the best, that gave me the most confidence to just push and continue to push. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because as good as this trail bike did, as good as it handled itself through everything that I rode on this particular day, I didn't feel as confident. I've pushed harder with bikes such as the Capra. Now, I don't know whether it's the bike or if it was just me not having the best today. Maybe a combination of both, probably because the Capra is more geared and designed towards this type of riding, and it is, right? This is a trail bike. This isn't what it was intended for, but it did well. So I am happy with the bike. I am planning on holding on to this bike for the long term, and God willing, adding a second bike, a bigger, more enduro capable for riding such as bike parks. But either way, I figured I'd share this video. If you're still watching, hit the like button. It helps the channel. Share it if you think that it's going to be helpful to someone else. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, ride your own ride, and God bless.